So, oh, here's some thoughts on everything. I can't believe how quickly the leaves changed this year. It's nice to see some green this time of year. Horehound is one of the few plants that grows year-round. Oh, is Smokey still here? Smokey's still here! Oh my god, it's our boy, Vax. Wow. Hello, Magdalene. Hello, Magdalene. Oh, I think they still trade stories. Let's see some green. Damn. Everyone's older. I mean, much older. Like, look at Magdalene. Oh shit, we don't want to go to the meadow yet. Oh, the inn. Oh my god, what does that mean? Mother Thomas. I feel like we can visit all this shit later, right? The Drucker. Oh, we need to go to the Drucker house. No, I don't want to sleep. You can't be caught sleeping. Oh. The Ratha's mural sketches. I think this is what my dad wants. I think these are all of the plans. What is this part of the plans? Stop. Huh? What an odd color. We don't have ink like this here. At least, I don't think we do. Well, whatever. I'll just bring it. I'll bring it just in case. Alright. Better get these over to the Rat House. Lord of a Lord. Does he not... Does the... Obviously this is for the string puller, but... I'm wondering here if they don't want the Wrath House reconstructed. I don't know. Well, it's time to see dear old daddy. We gotta go to Central Town. Oh shit, hello? Got all these boys. Hey again, Mags. Come on, dude, it's literally, I know it's been one day for us, but it's been, like, what, like, 10 minutes for him? He still calls her Mags. Are you serious? I just told you not to call me that. And what are you doing out here? Don't you have better things to do? What business is that of yours? Not me. All my work's done, Mags. Apollo. What do you care? It's not like you've got important work to do. Oh, pick a background. A tinker. And maintains and tinkers with the press and type. Sometimes work with Baltus. Magdalene can handle anything connected with household or animal work. That's kind of cool. But I don't know if I want her to be domestic. A domestic girlfriend. There's like an anime called fucking Domestic Girlfriend. I never checked it out because the names just sound so fucking sexist. Oh yes, Domestic Girlfriend. Sometimes they come up with like really bad names that like no one would want to like say out loud. Like that anime, it's called like, the Japanese name is like Dan Machi, but in English they somehow translated to is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? Which, it's not really a real title. It's just, it's stupid as fuck. Proficient with balancing numbers and general accounting of data and information. Ooh, bookkeeping. I kind of like Tinker though. I like Tinker with the press and type. Sometimes works with Baltus. I think that'd be kind of cool, right? And it just reminds me of that class Lewis wanted to take that was like, it was at like Amherst College. It was like the tinkering class. Let's be a tinkerer. I keep the press running for my dad, and I work with Baltus on his inventions. That seems a little more important than standing around the commons in the middle of the day. Baltus's inventions are stupid. Doesn't seem like anything a girl should be involved with, if you ask me. Right. No one did. Calm down, Max. You're going to get a reputation. Too late to worry about that. She already has a reputation. Barbs. Skilled at stinging, countering, and otherwise deflating people in conversation. Ooh, that sounds fun. Flirt. Likes to playfully tease and flirt with people. I don't know. Strong negotiator, whether it comes to finances or other matters of trade. Snoop has a penchant for sneaking around, eavesdropping on conversation, and passing gossip. Ooh. Then, if I'm a Snoop, I could have fun with my boy Smokey and learn more. But I don't think I want to do that. Flirt. I don't know. Flirt's probably. I think Snoop is out of the question. I'm not gonna be a Snoop. We're not. It's between these three. I think Flirt's lowest on my list. I kind of like the idea of her being like skilled at stinging, countering, and otherwise deflating people in conversation. Just have her kind of be like annoying, because I feel like, especially if she's a tinkerer and people literally say shit like, "What are you doing? Why are you doing that? You're a girl." She can just be like, but haggling also sounds good. Ah, let's be Barbs. Let's be Barb. At least I have a reputation. If you died today, your epitaph would read, "Three shitheads you spent every morning harassing girls in the comments." Assuming you got a grave, that is. More likely they toss your worthless bodies on a compost heap and hope for a better return. Jesus Christ. Alright, we got it. Lay off. Did you get those things your dad wanted? Yes, that's why I was on my way to the Wrath House. Hopefully I can drop these off and start my reading for the day. Reading. What book is so important that you need to get back to it? Well, I can't speak any foreign language other than Italian, but she can read a little of almost all of them. Familiar with most popular common books of the day, sort of trivia, almanacs, common knowledge, and scatology. Scatol. Why is a Twitter bird? Why is a Twitter bird? Volks Butcher has read a wide range of contemporary books on the Reformation and Counter-Reformation. She knows a little bit of everything, which is kind of nice. What's the Reformation? I wish that it would explain what the was the period of Catholic resurgence that was initially in response to the Protestant Reformation. Oh! Began the... Let's go with Twitter. We'll be an angry Twitter user. How about that? Hell yeah, I actually kind of like that. Let's be an angry Twitter user. Well, instance, Esther sent it to me from Prague. Oh, is Esther the baby that was born? Maybe. Reformation. Hell yeah. Is that about the snake woman who takes off all of her clothes? Sort of, but no, not really. Or at all. Oh. Does it have any pictures? Right. I want to see. Calm down. I'm not showing you lecherous dogs anything. Don't you read all sorts of books about trees and birds and whatever? Oh. He's using something. He knows. Interesting. Yes. Trees and birds or whatever. That's right. People are finally writing down what they see in nature instead of copying something a Greek imagined centuries ago. Do you have any books on frogs? What? What? Never mind. Wait, Utz, aren't you supposed to be at the Wrath House too? You're on the council. Sure, but it's pointless without your dad's plans. Let's go. Ugh, fine. I don't understand how we're still arguing about this. Oh shit, look at his eye. Maybe he got fucked up in the fight. These murals should depict the truth. What we know is the truth. I don't think it's so simple, Klaus. Are you afraid of angering our Lord, Father Thomas? I think Father Thomas means that the truth is not so easily agreed upon. I don't know. I'm tired of arguing. I just wanted to look nice and show what happened. Magdalene, thank you for bringing these. Maybe illustrations will succeed where talking has failed. I'm done arguing with them. I'll see you at home for supper. It's alright, Magdalene. We don't need to see the drawings. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna take this from the top. It's alright, Magdalene. We don't need to see the drawings. It's not that we don't understand what he's trying to do. Oh, hello? Come on. I didn't realize we had upset him so much. Sounds like things got worse after I left. Well, we've been arguing about this for almost 2 hours. For all the good it does us, he hasn't budged. What's the point of talking if you can't make any progress? Magdalene, could you speak to your father? Help him see things from our point of view? You want me to do something else for you? Father Thomas, I don't even know what you're all arguing about. What is your point of view? Klaus has very strong opinions on how the history of tasting of Curacao Abbey should be portrayed. Oh, the fight. That fight. And the portrayals may upset some of our neighbors. Isn't the real concern that it's going to upset the Lord? Isn't everyone really worried about him coming here someday and seeing the revolt memorialized on the wall? You keep saying that we all disagree with him. I don't think I do. Not entirely. Well, what do you think, Jorg? I know I'm not the smartest man in this room, but I know what happened to my own dad. I know what he did. It doesn't feel right to ignore what happened to him. What happened to Otto. Look, you all knew my dad. Never had the chance. I don't want to make the people in this town angry. I don't want to make our Lord angry. None of us do. But maybe there's a way to tell this story in a way that's true, without upsetting anyone. So, it's all very complicated, you see, Magdalene. We're gonna upset someone. Like, it was a very political, contentious event. Try to get him to consider the betrayal of our own history that's a little less inflammatory. Ooh, that's a little too Barbary for me, but so you want me to convince him to do what you say? I'm sure that will work. No, at least not entirely. We need to come to an agreement, or call off the mural entirely. He's been wanting to paint this mural for years. You can't tell him no all of a sudden. Then help us, Magdalene. Your father will listen to you. Alright, I won't promise anything though. He's already hard enough to convince. Now I'm going back home. This mess has taken up too much of my day already. Yeah, let's... Oh, whoa. What? We have a clock! We have a clock! October 22nd. Magdalene, thank you for bringing the drawings to the Wrath House. I'm sorry it was a waste of time. Those men don't know what they want. When I tell them what I'm trying to do, they get scared. Then they talk and talk and talk. They talk all day, and we've never any closer to a decision. I'm sick of it. Sick of the whole thing. Can you just start working on it? If they don't like it, they'll have to figure it out for themselves. I could, but the first payment requires the council's approval. Damn it. I don't even care about the money. Maybe you're right. To hell with them. I didn't realize you were so upset about it. We hear all these stories about what this place was, how it came to be. And it feels like history is something that happened before. Happened to other people. But 18 years ago, we lived through something. You and I, everyone in Tasting. Everyone wants to forget about it. Pretend it didn't happen. You don't. No, I don't. All those years ago, I did nothing. I was worried about you. Worried about Benjamin. Benjamin. And yep. Benjamin, Rachel, Esther. So Esther is the child's name. I was so afraid that I'd lose you. I wouldn't have been able to bear it. In the end, so many people died anyway. Peter and Ulrich and Andreas. Well, I'm not surprised Peter died, but... And all the others. And we lived. Dad, everyone says it wouldn't have made any difference. If you and the others had fought, you would have died. I would have died. Maybe. Maybe I could have stopped him from going to the mill. Or maybe we could have stopped the peasants from burning it down. But we'll never know. You can't change the past, Dad. I know. The least I can do is make sure it's not forgotten. Something happened here. We were a part of it. I need to help people remember that. If I don't do it, who will? He's right, though. You're right, Dad. I wish the men in that rat house saw me the way that you do. One way or another, you'll figure it out. I hope so. All the arguing has left me beat. I'm going to bed early. Alright, I'm going to stay up for a bit and write a letter to Esther. Good. Please say hello to her from me. And her parents. I know, Dad. Good night, Magdalene. I love you. I love you too. All this running around has left me tired too. It would be nice to sit down at my desk and just write for a while. Is there a desk upstairs? Oh, it's right here. Oh. That's right. Alright, where to begin? I should write to Esther. Are we gonna be involved with the writing of this? Dearest Esther. We are. I hope you and your family are well. Dad sends his regards to your parents. Like usual. I spent the last few days collecting oak galls with your sister Gertrude. I don't suppose you have the chance to do that in Prague. Sister Gertrude has been teaching me how to grind them into a smooth ink. It's difficult work, but you'll find no better ink anywhere in Bavaria. I'll send along a bottle with this letter. Oh, did I mention? Dad started a new project. He's painting a mural of Tasting's history in our new Rathaus to memorialize the revolt. The whole thing has me thinking about my own family history, past, present, and future. Do we want to leave Tasting? She's an inventor that's been kind of like been harassed. by everything. I think she wants to leave. Let's make her as someone who wants to leave tasting. Because it's kind of funny, because like in the first act we had young Andreas, who, while he did enjoy tasting, he was excited for the future of what was to come outside of tasting. Then in Act 2 we had the older Andreas, who had left tasting for 7 years and was well traveled at this point, and was traveling back to his home in Nuremberg. But honestly, the way I felt was that even with everything going on in tasting, he actually kind of enjoyed the stop there, because first you want to say pay his respects to brother Piero, but also just to not have to go back home, not have to see his loveless marriage, and to like work on his commissions that he's just grown bored of. So having Act 3 be a new character and having them want to leave tasting, having grown up in tasting and then wanting to leave it, I think that'd be fun. Let's go with that. Dad says I should take over the shop, but I want to do more with my life. Not just take over a print shop in some tiny town in the Alps. If I married a master printer, then I could become part of the Printers Guild. Then I'd be able to send my dad extra earnings and make a name for myself in one of the cities. And yes, before you break the nib off your pen, I will come visit you in Prague. I promise. I'll try to make time to visit before winter. Life has been bustling here. Dad's been busy with the Rathaus mural, so I've taken over in this workshop. I'm sure it'll be a sight to behold once it's finished. Right back to me soon. All my love. Magda. Oh, Magda. That's her shorthand for her name. Her little nickname. Okay. It's getting late. I should get some rest. Gonna go to bed. Bedtime. It's late. I should get some rest soon. Let's go to bed. We're tired. Damn, those grippers. Hello? Ah! Dad? Dad! Magdalene. Dad! Hang on, I'm coming. Oh shit. Dad! Magdalene. What happened? Are you alright? You're bleeding. Someone came into the house. They hit me over the head. I'll go get Dr. Schultz. Try not to move, Dad. Magdalene, it's not safe. Whoever attacked me. The wound's too deep for me to take care of on my own. We need Dr. Stoltz. Magdalene, be careful. I will. I'll be right back. I promise. Shit. Oh, he's not dead. Do you know why anyone would want to attack you, Klaus? No. Maybe someone didn't like one of the books I sold them. Are you sure you didn't see a shadow and hit your head on the printing press? Come on, George. You saw the workshop. Somebody was looking for something. A burglar? A tasting? That's preposterous. Well, if it wasn't an attack, what was it? Enough. It was a deliberate blow to the head. Unless any of you wish to debate my diagnosis. No, of course not. No, as I thought. Truthfully, Klaus, I'm surprised the blow didn't kill you. You have a strong skull. It's a grave injury. Magdalene, you need to help take care of your father. I will. Whatever I need to do. Good. Of course, the mural will have to be called off now. Klaus, you absolutely cannot get out of bed. No. It has to be done. This is too important. Just give me some time to rest. I'll find a way to make it work. I don't think we need to cancel the entire project. Can we just wait? Klaus, your health comes first. Anyway, we haven't even been able to agree on what the mural should be. Indeed, it might be best to abandon the entire idea. With respect, Father Thomas, you are not on this council. Yes, yes, just offering an opinion. I can paint the mural. What? Max, quit joking around. Well, I know you want to help your dad, but aren't you too young for something this big? I'm old enough to run the print shop by myself, and Dad trusts me to illustrate the books. Isn't that enough? Painting a mural this large and complicated will take a lot of skill and expertise. So that's why we were having your dad make it. He's been making art forever. I agree with Paul. Klaus needs home care. You're best suited for that, Magdalene. Not a mural. What is that supposed to mean? Well, are you sure you're up for it? Physically, I mean. It's quite demanding. You'd be up on scaffolding and could fall. Wow. You're not listening to me? I've already been doing this work for years. I know what it takes. Dad knows what it takes. Do you? I can do it, Dad. If you don't trust Magdalene to do the mural, to hell with a lot of you. Klaus! If you don't trust her, you don't trust me. I'll never do any work for this council again. Alright. I say we let her. Doesn't look like we have much of a choice. Very well. Alright, Magdalene. You can do it. But you still need to talk to us about what you're doing, alright? Of course. Thanks, Magdalene. Rest up, Klaus. I'll do my best, Jorg. Magdalene, just a moment. Yes, what is it? Your father is lucid right now, but his injury is severe. His current demeanor is misleading. What are you saying? Magdalene, there is damage to his brain. He may have a few weeks, maybe even a few months left, but he's not going to survive. Ugh, a brain surgeon? Say nothing. I like, obviously she's a little, like, upset, but say nothing. You can make him comfortable and you can enjoy the time you have left. But time will run out before long. Fuck. Uh-oh. Attack. Dad needs to be able to see the mural in its finished form. But I don't know how much time he has left. Warner said it could be a few months, or... God protect him. I'll pick up where Dad left off. He wanted to paint the history of tasting, from its earliest stage to the revolt. I'll start with the earliest parts of tasting's history, the pagan tribes and the Romans. Then I'll move on to the foundings of the Abbey and tasting saints. After that, I should find a way to represent our recent history. Depicting the revolts is important to Dad. People in tasting might know of some of the town's history, but not all of it. Dad said the Library of Curacao had those records. He was going to write to the lost prioress to see if she had any information. I should write to her now, while I'm thinking about it. Alright. Right, where to begin? Dad told me the lost prioress in Curacao knew something about the old history of tasting. He said she became the abbess of a convent in Bologna. Remember when Mother Illuminata was huge? That was awesome. Yes, Saint Margarita, small town in the Republic of Genoa, along the coast of Ligurian Sea. She was also the former librarian of the Curacao Abbey, but I think let's call her the former prioress of Curacao Abbey. I don't know if... I am the daughter of Klaus Strucker, Magdalene. We are printers from Tasing. You were acquainted with my father. He bought many books from the library before the terrible fire consumed the place. I am writing because my father and I are creating a mural in the Tasing Rath House. It's going to tell the history of our community and of Curacao as well. We have only the legends and folklore, since of course all of Curacao's books were destroyed in the fire. I was hoping you could tell us something about the early history of the town, when the Romans were here. If you know anything about the early history of the abbey itself, we would also be glad to hear it. We would appreciate any help you could give us, and we hope you are well. Piety and intellect. She really cared about that library. My father always spoke highly of you, especially of how you cared for the library and its books. God bless you. Magdalene. There we go. That's a letter. If I want to finish the mural before Christmas, I should start planning tomorrow. I should head to bed and get as much rest as I can. Do we have any other things to do? Yeah, no. We're still early on in the chapter. It's late. Or the act, whatever. I should get some rest soon. Let's go to sleep. Let's hope fucking no other craziness happens tonight. Wow. What the? What's going on? Oh, we're a little, like a week or so? Jesus Christ, how much are we waiting for Illuminatas? Ah, Mr. Struckren, I have a few letters here addressed to you. Take care now. Thank you, sir. Mother Illuminata wrote back to me. I hope her response helps me paint the mural. Oh, this is cool. Mr. Struckren, thank you for your letter. I hope this reply finds you and your father in good health. I remember you both, as your father would carry you between the rows of our library in its final years. I also remember your late mother and brother. God keep their souls. While we did have some books that discussed Tasing's past, it's likely they were as mythological as what your neighbors believe. That said, I remember one of the peasants, Tillman Krautzer, read about the history of the town. I know he died during the revolt, but perhaps his family knows some of what he learned. Oh my god, what if we had found the founding book? Remember? Okay, so remember that the Duke had this book that was about like the founding of Tasing, and then Martin stole it. When he stole everything else. What if he has that book? What if that book from Act 1 comes up again? Holy shit. Know some of what he learned. I should also say that it's not true that all of Cursao's books were destroyed by the fire. Andre Smaller managed to save some from the flames, God rest his soul. In the aftermath of the terrible night, cataloging and preserving the surviving books was not at the top of any of our minds. Even so, This topic has stirred a memory within me. Several years before the fire, there was a death at Kursaw, the murder of Baron Rothvogel. He had mentioned something about finding a copy of the Historia Tesi, a comprehensive chronicle of your home. I had forgotten about it until now, because the murder dominated all of our thoughts in the days and weeks that followed. It troubles me now, because I recall that the late Father Matthias was also reading a copy of the Historia Tesi shortly before he died. We never accounted for either book's whereabouts. They may have been hidden somewhere in the library and went up with everything else. Perhaps Prior Fenric took it from the Baron after the murder. Huh. Fenric had an interest in books of all sorts, of course, but it seems like an odd thing to do in the moment. Then again, only God knows what he did and why he did it. Nicholas Haberler, the Baron's man. Oh, I forgot about him. Believed it may have been stolen by the town thief, Martin Brower. I still think that's true. I actually didn't realize that we don't have confirmation that Martin stole it. If Martin is still alive, I would ask him if he knows where the book is. Hopefully he didn't trade it for a mug of beer on his way out of tasting. If the man has passed from this world, perhaps his family knows where the book wound up. As for the history of the Abbey, I fear that was also lost in the blaze. However, as sacristan, Prior Matthew learned a great deal about the subject. Oh man, he's fucking old now. I have not kept in contact with him, but I know that he is now the Archdeacon of Sion. Oh shit. Once a free imperial city of the Holy Roman Empire, Sion became the capital of Valais when the canton joined the Swiss Confederacy following the Swabian War in 1499. The Archdeacon of Sion, damn. He is no longer a Benedictine. He uses his family name, Faucigny Sax. So he no longer Benedictine, huh? If you write to him soon, our letters may reach him before snow covers Valais. I guess it's just the region that Tasting resides in. Please convey my best wishes to your father. He was a good friend in the Abbey in its better years. Despite the violence that occurred, I hold no ill will towards anyone from Tasting. I pray that you have seen better days since that night, and that God forgives the many errors we made. God bless you as well. Mother Illuminata, Abbess of St. Margarita. Oh, Esther wrote to me as well. My dear Magda, my parents were glad to hear from your father. Please tell him they wish to hear from him soon. Speaking of printing, your ink was well received indeed. I've made several prints with it. They look lovely on the wall. Alicia has taken to making his own ink from scraps he found around the house after he saw yours. Mother was furious when he spent several pfings trying to find lapis at the market. She sat him scrubbing the floors for it. It took him 3 days. I'm glad you're keeping busy, even though it keeps you from visiting. Father says we'll have room whenever you decide to make an appearance. Though really, if you don't plan to stay in Tasting, you ought to come sooner rather than later. There are plenty of beautiful young Christian men around town, printers and academics alike. Or maybe something else. You'd have your pick. Prague is a good city for me as well. Before the expulsion, there was a handsome man at synagogue, Simon, who caught my eye. His father is a merchant, and he's a doctor. He went to University of Padua. Can you believe it? I'd quite like to marry him, if I can find him again. Anyway, I think you'd have better luck than me. The boys would swoon at a beautiful blonde artist from the Alps. Please help us abreast of your father's mural. Keep us abreast of your father's mural. We'll have to come see it when it's finished. Blessings. Esther. Only got some mail. I'll have to write Esther back tonight. I should head home and check on Dad. Hey Dad, how are you feeling? Magdalene. Sitting upright is still a struggle, I'm afraid. The dizziness makes my stomach turn, so I'd rather not eat at the moment. Are you sure? I can bring up something light, like milk or broth. No, I can't stomach anything just yet. But tell me, where are you off to? I need to get started on the first part of the mural today, the old history. Mother Illuminata didn't know much about Tasting's early history, but she did give me a few places to start. I'm going to ask Black Till. Black Till. Who is that? If his grandfather told him any stories. Illuminata said he used to read about the Romans. I remember Till, sorta. Mother Illuminata. Magdalene. Mother Illuminata, Magdalene. What did she say before? Right, yes. Mother Illuminata. Young Krautzer has mentioned those tales from time to time, yes. He comes by to borrow books now and then. Usually when he's found something interesting old when he's found some interesting old ruin out in the fields. You might ask him about that. Ill Peter. Oh my god, Ill Peter is so fucking old. So Black Peter is Ill Peter's like son. Ill Peter's always harumphed about how no one paid attention to the old ways anymore too. I'm sure he'll have some stories to tell you about old Tasting. You might stop to talk to him. I can hardly understand him these days, but it's worth asking. He's an old man, Magdalene. He'll enjoy the company either way. Alright, I'll talk to him too, if I have time. You might talk to Smokey too. The old charcoal burner seems to know more about what's in the woods around town than anyone else. That, and he's a known gossip. He's always been kind to me when I chat with him. I'm certain he'll know something about the ruins. You may hear something worth your while at any rate. I'll go talk to him. What about the ruins or the mines? You can't just use books and stories alone. I want to explore whatever is left over from the Romans and before. The salt mine and Roman ruins are the oldest parts of Tasting, so it only makes sense to see what they left behind. Salt mine and Roman ruins. You take after your mother. She was always thorough in her research. You always said that's what good artists do, Dad. Be careful, alright? I know the twins mess around near the salt mine, but I don't want you getting hurt. I don't know why Jorg doesn't keep them in line. Ugh, Jorg's twins. Anyway, making trouble those two. Always making trouble those two. Yeah, it's Artemis and Apollo. Oh, that's why they named it. Okay. Well, we fucking hate Apollo. He's fucking annoying. There's a pagan god instead of saints, I guess. At least Artemis actually knows how to read. I don't think Apollo can even spell his name. The boy struggles with his letters, Magdalene. Don't shame him for it. Not everyone is a printer's daughter. That's true. Don't forget your other chores while you're running around time, alright? We still have a household to run. I'll get to them, Dad. Good. Better get going if I want to do all of that today. I'll see you later, Dad. Good luck, Magdalene. Fuck. So, I have options, so I can go to the Krautzer house, the Gertner farm, charcoal burner, salt mine. I definitely want to check out the salt mine. Oh my god. There's nothing here, really. Huh. Well, I have options of what I can do. Nope. Blacktill's grandfather. Smokey. Okay. Alright, I got options.